Hello everyone, welcome to Move Well, Live Well. We get a number of people that come in here with issues regarding their shoulder and their thoracic spine, their posture. And what we're finding with these folks, again, I don't know how many times I can say this, but we live in a world where we sit way too much, and we're always in this kind of position like this. We're playing our video games, we're on our devices, whatever it may be, sitting in class at our desk, and the mid back starts to do this. And you can kind of see right here, my shoulder has got that rolled shoulder forward position here. So you people have coming in with pain in the back, mid back, pain in the shoulder. Well, what's going on with these folks, sometimes even athletes are having issues, and pitchers in particular are having issues with their shoulder. Since their shoulder is in this position, they can't quite get, as they go to pitch, they can't quite get their arm opened up enough to get that ball back, and now they're having elbow pain and wrist pain and all kinds of other issues simply because their range of motion in the shoulder and their thoracic spine, the thoracic extension is missing. See, this is thoracic extension, right? This is thoracic flexion is here. This is where we're always kind of hanging out, but we're missing thoracic extension. See that? This is thoracic extension, and they're missing shoulder flexion. They're unable to get their shoulder, or excuse me, their arm straight up and down like that. So they got this because of the the shoulder is rolled forward like this. Their thoracic spine is rolled forward like this in flexion. So when they do this, they don't have that range to get overhead. And so when they go pitch, if you're a pitcher, they can't get that ball cocked back enough to throw it properly, and then they start getting pain in the elbow and pain in the wrist. So, how do we fix this? How do we fix this rolled shoulder, this thoracic flexion rolled shoulder thing? Well, there's a stretch out there. It's called the FULCRUM stretch, and it kind of kills two birds with one stone. What it's going to do, it's going to help facilitate thoracic extension. See, this is flexion of the thoracic spine, and then thoracic extension. See that? Extension, the ability to sit straight, right? And also, it's going to help with shoulder flexion, so that way you can get overhead like that. See? To get full range. So, you get your handy dandy foam roller right here. This is going to be our fulcrum, since it's a fulcrum stretch. So we're going to get our handy dandy foam roller here. And you're going to pick a weight, something relatively light to start with. Maybe if you don't have any weights or dumbbells at the house, some books or whatever it may be to help you with this. But I went ahead and picked, this is a 5-pound dumbbell. I don't have any shoulder issues per se, but I do perform this on a regular basis to help maintain my shoulder range of motion and to help with the thoracic spine. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to lay on the foam roll here. You can kind of see I'm kind of where my mid back is, kind of just where my shoulder, right there, kind of where my mid back is, right there. And you can kind of see here, I'm going to bridge, do a hip bridge just like that. And then I'm going to bring my arm back. You see that? Now, by adding a weight, see, this is a dumbbell, I'm going to bring my hand overhead like this, and adding that weight, you can kind of see how this is called the fulcrum stretch. So this extra weight back here, see this? Let me move the foam roll up a little bit more. There. You can kind of see my arm back here like this, and I'm going into, this is shoulder flexion. See? Now I'm keeping my low back neutral here. I'm not hyperextending my spine. If you can, let me move my shirt like that. It's staying flat. You see my spine staying flat. I'm using my glutes and hamstrings to bridge And then this weight is now pulling my arm backward behind me a little bit, and it's opening up this chest, the front, all this in here. See that? And the foam roll is a fulcrum for this particular exercise. See that? And I can kind of move back. I can move up and down a little bit. See that? I'm moving down a little bit, and I can get a little bit more this way. And I go down each segment to get increased thoracic extension and shoulder flexion at the same time. And then I can even dip down, see that? Dip down here while still holding this weight. I can even do a contract relax where I can contract the weight like I'm pushing the dumbbell up a little bit, just a little contraction, and then relax. Contract, relax, and I get a little more range that way. Contract, relax. I can even contract the thoracic spine in the front, you know, kind of contract for thoracic flexion, and then go into extension. See that? Contract, relax. And now you see I'm getting a much better overhead position here with my shoulder and the thoracic spine. So this is the fulcrum stretch. Again, the idea is you're using the good old foam roller here as a fulcrum at your mid-back. And you're using the dumbbell as a weight on the opposite side to open that up. So that way, when you're doing your activity, whether it's pitching, now you can get more range in here. See that? More range in here. And it's gonna help your posture, so that way you're not in flexion all the time. You can get this thoracic extension going, and then your shoulder now sits at the side rather than rolled forward like this. See that? Then when I go to pitch, I just have that much more motion to bring that arm back to deliver the pitch. Less stress on the elbow and the wrist, and less likely to injure yourself. So, the fulcrum stretch. Using the foam roller as a fulcrum and a dumbbell to bring that arm back. Now you can use a barbell too. So you can, if you have a barbell at home, you know, you can put the, if this was a barbell here, you put it on the floor like this, okay? You're using this as a fulcrum, the foam roll, then you reach for the barbell here, okay? And then you can do a contract relax this way with the barbell here. And both arms, you can do both at the same time. So if this was a barbell, you can have both arms up, and you can do contract, relax, contract, relax. You do both arms at the same time if this was a barbell. Or you can have two dumbbells. So you have two dumbbells here. If you don't have barbells, you have two dumbbells. And you can be here and do a fulcrum stretch this way. Again, I'm bridging, doing a glute bridge here. I'm reaching underneath the dumbbells. And then I can sink down into this too. See, I can sink my butt down a little bit. And you can feel the thoracic extension happening in between the shoulder blades and this whole shoulder complex here in the front as well. You can feel this in between the shoulder blades. You can feel the foam roll push into between your shoulder blades as a fulcrum to provide that thoracic extension in there. So you can do one arm at a time. You can get a couple dumbbells, leave them on the floor, and go about it where you're bridging and sinking down into it. But the idea is to increase your ability for thoracic extension, see, thoracic extension, and shoulder flexion. That way when you do your throwing type of movements, it's that much easier and less strain on the other joints that have to compensate for the lack of motion in here. So, if you have any questions with this video, obviously drop them off in the comment section below. We thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Give this video a like, give it a thumbs up. It lets us know you care. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. And when you hit subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notifications button so that way you don't miss any videos coming here in the near future. And also share this with others. I know you know people who have that rolled shoulder, rolled mid-back. This is gonna be a great exercise for them to do so that way they don't end up like this for the rest of their lives. So I know you know people like that, so go ahead and share this with others so that way they can continue to move well and live well. Anyway, we thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.